The new Federal Masterclass cartridges are custom tailored for the competitive shooter. Steve and Phil will tell you more on this episode of Clay Target Legends.
Steve Ellinger, along with Phil Murray, we have today a very special guest, Adam Moser. And Adam is the Director of Product Development with shotgun shells here at the Federal Ammunition Plant in Anoka, Minnesota. Adam, welcome.
Thank you.
So we were talking earlier, I grew up with the very famous color coding system of Federal Ammunition, where we had the brown 10 gauge, the burgundy 12, the purple 16, the yellow 20, and then the burgundy 28 and 410. But guess what? We have another color now.
We do.
Now, how are we going to fit this in now that we have blue? I never thought I would see the day where we have a blue Federal shell. But you have engineered this load. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this new blue color is in our product line called Masterclass, which is really tailored towards the sporting shooter right now. So we saw a niche that we needed to fill. We've got HOA, our top end premium shell, and we've got a lot of Top Gun and other shells that are good trap shells, but we didn't have anything really dedicated toward the sporting shooter. And so we wanted it to stand out for that reason, in that it's new, something for us. And so we made it a really unique blue, semi-transparent color.
So this is a ribbed hull,
Yep.
Which is kind of a trademark with Federal, but I believe you have some out now that are slick.
Yeah, we have the HOA, which is a smooth body, the unibody integral base wad system. But this is our classic extruded tube, serrated, in two-piece assembly with an inserted base wad.
So Phil, you've been shooting some of these already.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great shell. The recoil is fantastic. The patterns are fantastic. I think, now tell us about the new wad, the podium wad.
Sure. So we took what we developed for HOA, the podium wad it's called. That wad is designed to fit in the tapered base wad hull of HOA. For this product line, we had to modify it to fit in a straight wall hull, which all of our Federal hulls are besides the HOA product. So we modified it to fit in our straight wall hull, taking all the attributes that we designed and developed for HOA, giving it that soft shooting ability to, help the recoil on the shooter, but also protect the shot, and incorporate it into this Masterclass product.
Yeah, this particular product, I've had the opportunity to take it out and shoot it over the last few months and all that. And, you want to talk about, they've already got the HOA out there is one hell of a great hull, and you break a lot of targets with that. The recoil is great, but this is also a pretty fine shell. So this is pretty neat, but I think you've done a heck of a job.
So just for those viewers that would like to know, how long is the process that it takes to actually engineer and develop a new shot shell product from Federal?
Yeah, it depends on the complexity of the program, obviously, but we're pretty nimble here. And we can execute a new product like that in just a few months, believe it or not. Some of the lead time items of making new tooling and things like that drive the timeline. But certainly very nimble, and got a great team here that can execute quickly on those.
Is this a very specialized propellant that you're using in the shell?
The propellant is not super specialized. It's pretty common. We use in across the board in a lot of our target loads. But what's pretty unique about this, and what we've prided ourselves on here, is coming up with a good way to select the premium shot that goes into this product, and really sort and classify it specifically for Masterclass and products like HOA, so that the shooter is getting the best round, most consistent shot that they can get.
So what percentage of antimony is in this?
This is a 5% antimony shot. And with the alloys that we use here in our process, we can get hardness equivalent of 6%. So it's not just about the antimony, but it's also about the alloying elements that go into the shot that give you your hardness characteristics.
Now, Phil, you've remarked to me just the other day, actually, how well these seem to pattern.
Oh yeah,
break the target.
They pattern extremely well. I'm not a Masterclass shooter, but I'm hoping now that I have them, I'll become a Masterclass. But I think this points up the role that Federal has played in the shooting sports, where as you look at Federal's product line over the years, they're not afraid to come out with something different that they think is taken it a step further. And I think that this is one of the important things that with this Masterclass, I think that a lot of shooters are going to find from a recoil standpoint and pattern standpoint. It's a good shell, but what I see with the HOA and what I see with the Top Guns and stuff like that, it's pretty hard to go wrong with any of them.
So we've been on the skeet fields and the sporting clays fields a lot, and we haven't seen a lot of these out yet. but they've only been on the market for how long?
Just a few months here. We started loading them back in the spring and pushing them real hard right now, obviously to hit the seasons. So you can continue to look for them.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of these blue hulls out on the ground. And that means that they are being very well received and people are buying them and they know that you're going to perform well and pattern well and it's going to be a tremendous success.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask, are they reloadable?
You know, we don't push this as a reloadable hull, but all Federal hulls are reloadable. The HOA product, what makes it different and stand out is that it's got that unibody really tailored for the reloader, and you'll get a pure brass head on that, which helps aid in more reloadability. So that's the thing about most sporting shooters is they're generally shoot and throw the hulls in the trash. So why give them something that doesn't add significant value if it's going to add cost?
Absolutely.
How many people are under you that help you test and produce these products?
Well, our team, I have 6 direct reports right now that do the hands-on development and design, but we work really closely with operations and quality and all the departments that make it possible to get new products into production successfully. So it's a really expansive team, and you got to rely on the operations folks for the day-to-day quality and making good products. But we are, like I said, we're very nimble and relatively a small group, but we're able to do it pretty successfully.
Well, as usual, Federal is leading the way in some of the shotgun ballistics and what we see out on the clay target fields, and we're thrilled for that.
Yeah, obviously we're specifically talking about the shotgun ballistics and all, but with rifle, pistol, those things, they're also very important in that, and that as you go to your dealers and around the country and all that, that's the best product you can buy. Go for it.
Well, again, I'm Steve Ellinger, and along with Phil Murray, we are here in Anoka, Minnesota at the Federal Ammunition Plant with Adam Moser, and we really appreciate your time that we've had today.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. We're going to turn it back over to Matt.
On our tour of the Federal Ammunition Plant, they brought us into one of the original buildings that used to make the ammunition. Now it's a historical part of their workforce. Behind me is an old picture of one of their machine shops, which is really interesting to see the belt and pulleys that powered those machines. I'm Matt Smith with Clay Target Legends. We ask that you please visit our sponsors and also to hit that subscribe and like button to make these videos possible.